What is up guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video, as you can probably see by the title already, we're going to be trying to do our own DIY network home server. There was this one person that I used to watch on YouTube. I still watch him now, to be fair, but he has like a mad network home server in his loft. It's quite mad, to be fair, not gonna lie. But this is what we're gonna do in today's video. We're gonna be not selling our own network, but trying to boost the Wi-Fi around my house. My Wi-Fi router, or router if you like, is downstairs in the living room in a little unit, and Wi-Fi is great in the living room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and up in my bedroom. However, as you start heading towards my mum's room, my sister's room, and in the bathroom, starts losing its Wi-Fi, and also in our garden as well. But today we're going to solve that. So let's go and talk about the stuff that I'm going to use. This is going to be a very basic setup. We're not going to use half the stuff that the other people use, mainly because that's kind of a waste of money. So we're going to go downstairs and talk about all the stuff that I'm going to use. First thing that you are going to be needing, which I all presume that you all have in your house by now, is a Wi-Fi router or route. Standard TP-Link one, a smart one, which both can do 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. But I can log into this router and manage everything what's going on with it, to be fair. So long story short, our plan is that we're going to be piggyback off this internet. We're going to be using an Ethernet cable or Ethernet cable. We're going to be plugging the Ethernet cable into the back of this Wi-Fi router, going out the house, up the side of the house, through the loft, and where we're going to put our switch. But yes, we are running out of ports on this thing, so we're not going to be able to connect anything to it to give out more Wi-Fi, which is hence why I got this thing right here. You can see that, but this is going to be the second main thing you are going to need. This is a network switch. We are going to be, like I said, we're going to piggyback off our Wi-Fi over here straight into here, which then we can plug other stuff into. And this is a Netgear one. I would like to use Ubiquiti, but they're expensive. And this is also, so this is a Netgear 24 port, PoE switch. PoE, power over Ethernet. It's literally in the name, power over Ethernet. It gives that power over Ethernet. I'll get to that in a little bit. Third thing, which I'm going to be also using, is a Ubiquiti or Unifi access point, or AP for short. That is what's gonna give out the Wi-Fi from our switch from the upstairs. So this switch is gonna send out the internet to that access point to give it out, but it's also gonna send the power to that thing to power it to give out the internet. So those are the three major things which you're going to use. We have our Wi-Fi router, which is going to give out, which we're going to run an Ethernet cable to the to the switch, and gives out internet to the switch, which then the switch will give out the Ethernet to our access point, or whatever we connect through all of these ports. So what I'm going to be doing is we are going to be making our very own Ethernet cables. We have already ran the Ethernet wires all throughout my house, and now the wires are already done, the wires are in there. We can either put an access point on top of the shed to give our stuff in the shed Wi-Fi, like our computer or TV, and also give out the garden Wi-Fi, so we don't lose that Wi-Fi now. So like I said, we already ran wires and everything. All what we have left to do now is actually to connect everything to this Netgear switch and connect our Unifi ubiquiti access point to this as well. So let's go to our loft and sort out all the wiring. So welcome to my loft again. So we're up in the loft. Like I said, we ran all the wires and we're going to be putting in the server somewhere down there, right at the very end of that wall, so it's away from everything else up here. We're isolated down there by itself. So all we have to do is connect all of the Ethernet wires to these different ports, and I can log onto the switch and configure all of that, and then we can connect the ubiquiti to the switch. So as of right now, we're gonna put the switch. So I'm gonna put the switch up here and sort out all the wiring to make it a little bit neater. So that is where our setup or our server is actually going. To be fair, we have those little L-shaped bracket things, so we can put the server, which I have right here, just on top of there like that, and it sits quite nicely. To be fair, we actually put in a mains plug right there, so it powers this thing, which then that give out its own power to whatever. We have a spare plug socket just in case for whatever, which I'm thinking about putting a camera, which goes right there, so we can, like a little PTZ one, so we can get like a direct shot of over there and zoom in to the thing, so we can see what's going on and the other stuff behind us as well. But like I said, we've done all the Ethernet wiring. We've got one here, that's for the shed access point. That one's for our cameras. That one's our main internet, which comes out of our TP-Link one, and that's gonna go somewhere directly connected to that one like that. That's our main one. Then you got our PC, which is up here as well, so to do that. Then we've got this one over here for our access point, and all the wires are like clipped on to support beams, and they all run somewhere all the way down there. So we got the server hooked up to the plug. We've got 4 plugs. One's for my PC, this one. One's for the access point on the landing. One's for the cameras, and that one's for the shed access point. And that's the main internet coming in. And I've routed all the wires through the bottom and pin them to the wall, so it's going straightish. And then we've just got a bunch of wires over there. I can tidy them up later, but as of right now, I think I'm ready to turn it on, then log into that and configure it. So I'm going to turn it on now. Oh, we got lights, that was good. A little fan spin. We've got lights on over here. All the ports are orange. I think it's like booting up, so it's gonna take a while just to do everything. So the switch has booted up. Got green lights over here. Got green lights for the main internet coming into this, and we have majority of them on. Number 1's not on. Number 2, which is the access point, I'm pretty sure that's would have turned blue by now. So that's got stuff on there. So that's delivering power and internet. Number 3, which is the cameras, that's the data. And number 4, which is some reason glowing orange instead of green. So we got this all working, I guess then. So hour and a half later, guys, and we've actually got it connected right there. All access points 1, which is that one there, and we've got no one connected to it because I've just literally set it up, and I presume that's your graph, like how much data it pulls. So let's go and find, it's got a little green dot and it's right there, you can kind of see it. Yeah, so it's there basically. So the ubiquiti is actually lighting up blue, as you can see right there, so I guess that means that it's actually fully working right now. So what you have to do is connect this and give it a speed test. So the access point has been running for just a little bit now. As you can see, the graph is actually starting to, well, appear. It says 2 clients connected, so I presume my phone and my Apple Watch is connected. So I'm presuming that my Apple Watch is using that 2.4 and my phone is using that 5 gigahertz. So let's go on to Wi-Fi and let's just try and find it. Oh, there it is, TP-Link, Unifi AP. It's connected. Now we're going to do just a quick little speed test and see how much we are actually pulling. So we are roughly pulling around 65, 66 maybe. Yeah. So it has been a week since we installed our network switch and our access point, and for the past week the Wi-Fi has been absolutely amazing in upstairs, and we are getting Wi-Fi coverage in the garden as well. Still don't have an access point for it yet, but so now in today's video what I want to do now is to run another Ethernet wire to my desk setup, which is somewhere over there I guess, and mainly for my Apple Mac Mini. So like I said, we was gonna run a little Ethernet wire from the switch over there all the way down to somewhere over there-ish, I guess. Also, I was talking about installing some security cameras up in this loft to keep an eye on the switch. I went out and brought this very tiny PTZ camera. It's only £8, so that is gonna go somewhere here. Install the camera and run another Ethernet wire. So it is a couple of days later since we installed that other Ethernet cable, and since we installed that little PTZ camera to keep an eye on the switch, which has been very useful. And also I was talking about how he's going to shove an access point in the shed to give out Wi-Fi to the garden. So this is why I got this little doodad here. This is a ubiquiti outdoor access point. This is going to be placed in the shed with that Ethernet wire which we ran down here, and it also come with a ubiquiti PoE power injector. We're going to be screwing this to the shed, well underneath the shed, doing a speed test and all of that stuff. But as of right now, I'm going to plug this in here and configure it, well adopt it and then configure it and see if it works well. Ethernet cable right here, literally right here, and I'm going to plug that into it right now. So I will configure this now and get back to you tomorrow. Okay, so yesterday we installed
the access point on the outside of the shed, just underneath the lip. And we also got a little ubiquiti Ethernet switch. And we actually needed that power injector because apparently that little switch does not provide PoE out, only PoE in. Use that power injector to power the access points. Like I said, so very nicely tucked and neat inside of the shed. Well, Wi-Fi is actually great. I ran speed tests before doing it all, and then I ran speed tests after, and well, let's just say that there's been a heck of an improvement, and I am very happy with it. The new access point can do 186 meters omnidirectional, so let's just say our Wi-Fi will be stretching into other people's gardens. And also yesterday we actually got something else. We also got like a case to put the Netgear switch into. Spray painted it black, like a textured black, because it came grey and I don't like it, so we're going to spray paint it. So we spray painted it black and we put in 2 holes on each end, so one fan will take in air and one fan will blow out the air to keep that server and whatever else I'm going to put inside cool. We're going to resin it into the wall because that case is very heavy. So we're going to drill a hole through the wall, put a bolt in and resin it in so that will never come out. So guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I'm just going to give you one quick look at the actual server itself. I've added in a little note for the patch panel so I know which port's which for the switch, and I've added in my time capsule for all of my backup all of my Macs, which goes into port number 6, as it says right there. Port number 6 into port number 1 on the switch. And my NAS, I recently just got this, and it's a nice little NAS that still needs to be wired into the patch panel, then to the switch. But I also got is this thing. This is like basically like an extension, and it's going to be mounted in there, so it'll look a little bit neater. But the wiring still kind of needs to be sorted out, but I can do that later, I guess. But it looks neatish for now. But but eventually though, I'm going to change this switch from a Netgear to a ubiquiti, and it's just going to rest on the top of this Netgear just in case. And eventually I'm going to add some LED strips to go along with the bottom, so then the case will like light up. So guys, like I said, we're going to end this video here. I'm happy with the server I've got, and for the past few months it's been working absolutely fine. But like I said, I will eventually get a ubiquiti switch, because you know Christmas is coming up and
I want to see what, and hopefully I'll get one for Christmas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you later for the